teachers. Teachers are the asset of a school. Always give time to your children. Time is a precious thing which your children ask for.
Hello everyone, I'm your host Seema Choria and I bring to you another inspirational episode of Great Principles. Today we have with us Miss Dr. Ravinder Palkar, Principals of Fathers International School, Ambala, Haryana. It is said that India is known to be the seat of education since ancient times, and it is such a proud feeling to know that we have given the world some of the best learning approaches. A child is influenced by the parents to choose a vocation, and majorly boys and the men of conservative families who opt for a career. When working mother inspires a daughter to be a teacher, I find myself bowing my head in reverence. Today, in conversation with me is Dr. Ravinder Kaur, Principals of Father International School, Ambala, the girl child who decided to walk in the footsteps of her mother and be an educator by profession. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'ams. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Great. So, ma'am, as I mentioned that your mom was an educator once upon a time, and today you are an educationist. So, who has inspired you to take upon this role, and how does your mother feel about your journey and your success as an educator today?
First, I would like to thank you all, your team and you, for inviting me on such a prestigious platform. Uh, when I was a child, like I was in 8th class, I used to watch my mother's actions, going to school, being polite to everyone, and solving the issues of teachers, students in a very nice manner. So I was having a different respect. Apart from a mother, I was looking at her that she was playing her roles, working woman, vice principal, mother, wife. She was playing in a very good manner. So it inspired me a lot that one day I will become like her. So I continued my journey. When actually I wanted to mention, because of some problem, I got married at the age of 16. And I was blessed with a son at the age of 17. But I was knowing that it was not the end of my journey. So I continued my studies. I continued my studies for 16 years. And then I turned into an educator. But I always miss my mother's that gait, that posture when she was talking to colleagues and all. So first, I took a small step as a teacher. Then one by one, I took the ladder of success, you can say. And once upon time, I got an opportunity as a principal. But my mother, as I earlier told that she's not present right now, as she's not alive, but she always wanted that I should be her copy. And today I am proud of this thing that whenever people meet me, I feel that today also I was discussing with my teacher that one teacher asked me one thing, that you are having lots of patience. People always try to hurt the principal, people do politics, and you never go to their level. She never argued with anyone. She never screamed at anyone. She was so polite. So I told her that this is in my blood, that politeness, that perseverance, everything came from my mother. And yes, if she would have been alive, she would be the happiest person on this earth. Then next came one my husband was always a big fan of my mother, and he once he was telling me one thing, that I wanted to see like your mother, that your mother reached that point. I also wanted to see that point. So it was the dream of my mother. It was my dream of my husband and my family, that I am sitting in front of you as a good principal, you can say.
Great, so I think the biggest takeaway from your journey is, ma'am, that we parents are a role model for our children. Children observes us, and it automatically imbibes in them all the values that we want to pass it on to them. So be an example. Dear parents, try to set an example for your children. Be a role model. Today, ma'am is following her mother's footstep, and she's very proud of it. And I'm sure her mother must also be proud wherever she is.
Definitely.
Moving ahead. So, ma'am, teaching and leading teachers is tough. Teaching is itself tough, and now you're leading teachers, so that is tougher. And there is a lot of expectations, loads of pressures. Parents have some other expectations. So, what measures do you take to treat both your student and staff with respect they deserve?
See, appreciations are loved by all. If you arrange a prize distribution function for students, right? And you make a very big success as a students council and all. You give responsibilities to students and they feel good. You admire them in assemblies, you give them awards, you give them prizes. So what I do, I have made recently a student council like other schools do. So I call them always, I motivate them, I praise them, I make them a part of my whole system. First, I'm talking about students. So when students feel good that, okay, we are also running the school. And when I gave speech for investor ceremony, I told them, now you all are also part of our system. So you should join hands with us in making this school a better place. So now I do this for my teachers also. When investor ceremony was held, I gave positions to my teachers also. I made them senior coordinator, I made them junior coordinator, and I pinned them badges also, like students were pinned badges. So one of my teachers said this thing that, ma'am, this is the best part of my life, that I was pinned badge in front of whole staff, whole school. And she was so proud, she was so emotional. So when you appreciate people, this build up their confidence. They feel very good. And either child or principal or teacher or student, whosoever on this earth, you appreciate them, you give them, like when you said one thing to a child, if you will do this work very nicely, I will give you a topic. So students, everyone make them confident. But teachers are the asset of a school. When we give them appreciation, when we give them accolades, when we give them rewards, they actually connect with the school. They also become part of your system, that if principal is inspiring us, then we should also build a good atmosphere for this. So this is the change. When we see that we give them equality, then they feel good and they will work for the betterment of this school. What I feel.
Such a wonderful thought. Make everyone the part of decision making, and then they take everything as a responsibility, as not as an order. So I think this is the beautiful style of just letting the people do what you want, and making them realize that no, it is their work, that they are doing it. They take the ownership of it.
Yes, definitely. I have seen the difference. When you become boss, okay, I'm boss, I'm principal, I'm bossy, I will dictate them. No, then you don't get results. You get results when you say that, okay, fine, students, teachers, me, all are together. And when they feel that we are a good team, when you don't enforce, it comes out automatically, actually. This is the beauty of this thing.
Yeah, a school is an organization, and any organization goes ahead only because of its team. And when you take care of your team, then definitely success is bound to come.
Very true, very true.
Yeah. So going ahead, ma'am, as we are just talking about the recognitions, the awards, and how someone feels good when it is appreciated, and it automatically encourages you to do more. So, which are your proudest moments of recognitions and awards for you?
I will not talk about present awards. First, I will talk from the first step of my journey. When I did my 12th, before 12th, when I got married, and my teachers were very much worried about me, that this girl is not coming to college, because in those times, it was not a fashion that girl child should get married early. So they were very much worried. I still remember my English teachers, and they were telling that child is very brilliant, but she will stop the studies. I continued. I got my first award as a 12th class topper. Being a married person, I was the only one who got a position in university also, and who got award also. And other children, they were not having even first division. And I got 73% in those times. That was my first award as a student. Then I topped in my college for uh, constantly 3 years. And because I was having a son also, and I was the person who was getting these awards. I am having one shelf in front of me. I am having awards year by year. Then I did my MA, and then I completed my all studies. Then I uh, joined as a principal. Better recognition you get when you become a principal. And yes, when people saw this journey, I was honored with a doctorate degree. I was awarded with an honorary doctorate in education. And I felt so proud to be doctorate in education. And this is the biggest achievement of our education, that if somebody realizes that these 21 long years is not a wastage. These are the earned ones. So when I got my doctorate, I felt so proud. Bhishma Award I got recently. We were having a meeting of All India Principal Association. That was an award ceremony. And I got a Best Principal Award also there. I got nominated for one more award, that was Best Nominal Principal. So there are many awards, but biggest award is when one teacher came to me and she told me that, ma'am, we were underconfident. We were hesitant to explore our persona, and we were not blooming ourselves. But you taught us one thing when you joined, that love yourself and the world will love you. So the biggest award is that your teacher coming to you on Teachers' Day and she is giving you tribute, and she's telling this thing that, ma'am, we are inspired by you because, see, I don't believe in materialistic things or materialistic awards and all. I believe to win hearts of people. I'm striving this till date also. So one child on Teachers' Day, there's a custom in my school, all the students and all the teachers bring a big card to me, and we get one good photo always. But one child from 11th class, senior most students, they never give heed to any principal. They never bothered, especially a boy. A teacher came to me and she came with a boy and she told me this thing, ma'am, apart from this class card, this boy was making a card from early in the morning. And I asked why. She told me that, ma'am, I don't know, but she was telling me, okay, fine. I got the card and I got one photograph with him. And I asked, why you made this card separately? And he replied back that, ma'am, your way of talking is very polite. I don't know when he noticed principals never go to classes so often, right? We never get so much time to interact with the students. And I asked, Beta, who inspired you? She said, ma'am, your way of talking inspired me a lot. So these are the awards which I feel that these awards touch my heart always.
Certainly, ma'am. Yes, recognitions, awards do make us good feel for the moment, but the joy that I am, so important that I shaped someone's lives, it's priceless. Yes,
Exactly.
and that is something, it always stays in our heart and we always feel pride about it.
It's very true.
So going ahead, ma'am, we all have hurdles in our life, some ups and downs, some highs and lows. We all look up for someone to inspire us, motivate us. So tell me about one educationist who is your current inspiration.
I'm so lucky that I can take the name of that principal who was a companion of my mother at her times. Mrs. Mehta is a principal. Right now, she's working in SHN Senior Model School, where my mother was vice principal. She inspires me a lot. Why? She never loses her calm. Sometimes I feel that so much stress, so much pressure on daily basis we tackle. Sometimes I also become impatient that what is happening. Sometimes dirty politics and all, chaos, mess, everything. But whenever I meet her, ma'am is so cool. She never loses her calm. And from a gesture, she never shows attitude that she's the principal. A principal of such a renowned school and having such humility in her persona is rarest of all. Principals, they show attitude that I'm the principal, I'm on the highest designation. But she never shows any attitude. I call her, I don't even call, so many principals call her, and he gives advice in such a wise manner. And yes, one day I was discussing with my daughter that I want you to become like her, calm. I worked on that after meeting. Once in a while, I meet because my daughter is also studying in that school. So whenever I meet, I learn so many things from her. That I think she's going to retire next year, and I've heard that whosoever comes in her school, she never shows attitude to those teachers also. For example, paper checking. My teachers went to paper checking in that building. Ma'am is so humble, and she goes on round and she says, "Sit down. No need to stand again." But they never leave that school so easily. They've worked in that school for 20 years, 28 years. Why? Because of ma'am's nature. She makes the team actually, which I learned from her. She makes people very comfortable. She takes good work, but not bossy. So yes, I am inspired by her persona and the way of working as she does. And I also wanted to become like her one day.
Certainly, ma'am. And you will be being given the fact that you're yourself very calm, composed, and you also are working on all the traits that you want to achieve. And yes, I think, even in corporates, we have a very flat organizational structure these days. We don't have this hierarchy system. People don't address each other by sir and ma'am. We address each other by their first name nowadays. So I think this kind of change is coming even in the school structure now. We are looking up for a flatter structure wherein there are open discussions, there are no orders, teamwork is there. So I think that is something really remarkable, because all feels a part of the organization and works together to achieve the vision.
Very true. And yes, if you are inspired by a principal who is changing lives of so many people, so yes, we principals also get motivated by the people. Why not?
Right. So on this wonderful note, we reached the very interesting segment of the show, which is called rapid fire round. Ma'am, you have to answer in one word or maximum a sentence. All right. So get up, my viewers. For some fun facts will be revealed about ma'am now. So ma'am, coming up, first question. You spend your recreational time indulging in, what are your hobbies?
Book reading. I read so many books. I'm having more than 500 books at my place. And whenever I feel that now I'm feeling low and I cannot handle this cruel world, I go deep down into the book. And yes, after 5 to 6 hours, I'm so fresh because I can complete a book in 5 or 6 hours. So book reading is my, lovable hobby. I love books a lot.
Great. And a reader never is alone. He lives so many lives. We all live just one life, but a reader lives so many lives. Yeah. Going ahead, read us a poem you wrote.
You have told me that thing. It is in my mobile. If you allow me to pick up, I can.
Sure, ma'am. We want you to read it out.
And what happened? So yesterday, a person said to me that please write a poem in Hindi. I always write poems in English. So I gave a try. And thank you so much for taking this part. I love this part. I will read it, but it is in Hindi.
This is my that you give that you write beautiful poems, and that is why we put it up that we would like to hear one here on this platform.
Just give me a second. I'm searching.
Sure.
Yeah. The title of my poem is Kashmakash. Right? Am I audible?
Yes.
So title of my poem is Kashmakash. कश्मकश है कि छूटे लोग देखूं या बढ़ते हुए अपने कदम. कश्मकश है कि छूटे हुए लोग देखूं या बढ़ते हुए अपने कदम. कश्मकश है कि धुंधली यादों को संजोऊं या वक्त के दिए जख्मों पर मरहम लगा. कश्मकश है कि धुंधली यादों को संजोऊं या वक्त के दिए जख्मों पर मरहम लगा. कश्मकश है कि रीति रिवाजों की दुनिया को छोड़ दूं या अपनी एक नई दुनिया बसाऊं. कश्मकश है कि बिखरे सपनों का दुख मनाऊं या नए सपनों का एक आशियाना बनाऊं. कश्मकश है शब्दों के वार भूल जाऊं या उन्हीं शब्दों की एक नई वर्णमाला बनाऊं. कश्मकश है कि कड़वे अनुभवों की सीख बनाऊं या नए अनुभवों की एक नई गाथा बनाऊं। कश्मकश है कि प्यार की धोखे को सह जाऊं या खुद से प्यार करना सीख जाऊं। कश्मकश है कि नफरत के सौदागरों को समझाऊं या सौहार्द के नए खरीदार बनाऊं। कश्मकश है कि ओस की बूंदों को हटाऊं या बारिश के पानी में खुद ही सारोबार हो जाऊं। कश्मकश है कि दुश्मनों की दीवारों को गिराऊं या अपनेपन के एहसास सब में जगाऊं। कश्मकश है, बस कश्मकश।
कश्मकश है कि हम तारीफ कैसे करें इस ब्यूटीफुल पोयम की। अमेजिंग, वेरी ब्यूटीफुली रिटन मैम, नाइस कॉम्पोजिशन. So
Thank
this is other side of ma'am. I don't know how many of you are aware that she writes beautiful poems. Coming on to the next question, lassi the glass or chai de pyali?
Chai de pyali.
Ambala is famous for?
Famous for golgappas.
Golgappas, oh, I love them. Last question. Favorite Bollywood actor or actress?
Okay. Actor Shah Rukh Khan and actress Kajol.
All right. So this lovely on-screen couple is ma'am's favorite. So this was really interesting to know you in this segment, ma'am. This brings to me to the last question of the show, which is called Viewer's Choice Question. So here is the question that my viewers have sent for you. What is your advice to the new generation of parents hailing from nuclear families?
Parenting is not everyone's cup of tea, right? What people do, they always give a birth to a child, but they never give birth to a person who is responsible, who is mature, and who never shatters in any circumstances. Giving a birth is not the part you have done. It is completed. Okay, fine. No. If you have given birth to a child, take responsibility for whole life. My advice to parents is, those who are from nuclear family, as I am from nuclear family, always give time to your children. Time is a precious thing which your children ask for. You know, for example, 7 days you make a habit and that habit is forever, right? So if you want that this habit should be in your kids, so what you have to do, you have to spend time with your kid. You go to work, fine. In nuclear family, mother is also working, father is also working, and what happens, the child is neglected at your place. So talk to your child on daily basis. I do remember, I will mention my teachers. They don't know that I have taken from these qualities. Once I was working in one college, in MDS College, and my English teachers were my inspiration always. But I have seen, they must be surprised by this interview, I'm mentioning their names. My English teachers were so good mothers. They were calling the children after 1 hour, 2 hours, asking, Beta, I have cooked food, take this food. Beta, I have kept that book, read that. How much syllabus is completed? Fine, any problem. What happened? I worked with them for only 3 months. That was very short span. But you know, good things are imprinted on your mind forever. And what happened? Now I'm connected to my children like my teachers were connected to their children. And you know, when you are connected to your children, when you give time to your children, they pay back. They pay back not in the terms of gifts or obeying your orders every time. If you give time to your children, for example, I still remember when my daughter was of 3 or 4 years, and I was coming back home, and I was very tired, and I was thinking, see, he blabbers a lot, she talks a lot, but my English teacher, with whom I was working, she advised me, listen to your child. First thing is give time to your child. Second thing is listen to your child. And from that day, and now my child is 19, I come home for 1 hour, I'm eating, I am tired, I am feeling sleepy, but I listen to her continuously. When children feel neglected, then they are having complaints against their parents. They feel these things that in my childhood, my parent has not given me time. Now, in my youth, I don't have time. See, this world is based on one policy, give and take policy. Never think that, as I was telling, that if you should not be bossy as a principal, you should not be bossy as a parent. Third thing is that you should not be bossy. I am your mother, I am your father. Okay, listen to me, follow. Parents are having this problem. I am mother, my child should listen to me. No, if you are sensible enough, if you are polite enough, if you are having that tactics that without enforcing anything, without scolding them, if your child obeys to you, it means that you are having success as a parent, either mother or father. So my advice to parents are give your children time. Whatever in the evening, spend whole time with your children. Listen to them. Listen each and every minute details. You know, we always hear about suicide cases and all. Talk to their parents and they do bad acts because they cannot have trust on their parent, because parent has not given that trust that you can talk to me on any topic. And what I talk to my children, that if you do any mistake, I am there for you. I am there for you. I will save you from everyone. A person is a mixture of positivity and negativity. We are not perfect human beings, right? To err is a human. We do mistakes also. How can I expect that I cannot do any mistake? My child cannot do any mistake. So parents should have that acceptance. Last thing is acceptance, which parents are not having. No, you should not take this stream. You should take this stream. I on daily basis are looking at the parents. Child is weeping for 15 days. I wanted to do arts, and parent is saying that do non-medical. So parents are not having acceptance of the opinions of their children. They do have their opinions. This is the new generation. They can, you know, I read a quote somewhere that you should give your children a platform to disagree also. When they will disagree with you, it means that they are having their own persona. They are opinionated. It means they are observing the whole world. So parents should be giving time. Parents should be good listeners. Parents should be having acceptance that my child can be better than them. Leave the ego. I am elder. I am 40 plus. My child cannot know more than me. Your child can be smarter than you even. So give time and listen to your children and be with them in every circumstance. In the good time also, in the bad times also. In good times, everyone is there. But in bad times, only parent can be always there. So be with your children, no matter how many skies fall, but be with your children. I will only conclude with this.
Wonderful tips, ma'am. You know, for every parent, you brought this little person in this world who looks up to you for everything. All he wants, all he craves is for your time. So give the precious time. And yes, when it is time, give the quality time. It doesn't mean that, okay, child is talking and you're busy on your social media posting your updates. So give them gadget-free quality time. It's not about the quantity. They don't want you to be available 24/7. But yes, even if you're spending 60 minutes, make it worthwhile. So wonderful takeaways from ma'am's session today. Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. It was lovely interacting with you. We have lots of insights today. I'm sure my viewers are going to enjoy this conversation.
Thank you so much. And yes, you make me feel so comfortable, so that I can give outlet of my feelings to everyone also. And best part of your interview was that poetry world was not knowing, and that I'm thankful to you for giving me exposure for my poetry also. Thank you so much.